Insane spoiler images have just been leaked courtesy of Reddit/freefolk. Be warned, this is a super spoiler warning because this information is to be taken with way more than a grain of salt. Shall we begin? Real quick, before we get started, I'm actually having a giveaway for a $100 Amazon gift card. To enter this giveaway, and the winner will be selected on 4/20, all you have to do is slap a like on this video, make sure you're subscribed, go and leave a comment down below, and then turn your notifications on so that way you get alerted every single time I drop a Game of Thrones video throughout this long night. Also, check out the gleam.io link pinned in the top comment of this video to enter all the different bonus ways. Okay, now, courtesy to the user Watchers on My Balls, sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face, but courtesy to that user, they have dropped some insane pictures. Now, there are almost, I can't really count because I'm too excited and I feel like that would distract me too much from some of the information that I think is going on in these pictures, but there's at least 15 of these, and there's like good, clear images. You can actually see for sure what's going on, and a lot of them are actually props of what is later going to be enhanced by CG when we see it on screen. It's just insane. I honestly think this could be one of two things. Before, I'm going to break down certain pictures individually, but before then, I just want to say that I think in general there are one of two things that are going on here. Either we have Cersei attacking Winterfell, and this is a mix of props from multiple different battles, and a lot of the pictures that we have involving these Greyjoy troops and what could potentially be the Golden Company, this is actually from when Cersei plans her attack on Winterfell. And that would have to be early on because we do know that the Night King is going south, and Winterfell is one of those first big stops that he's going to be taking going south of the wall. So if this is the case, one of the options what could be going on in some of these pictures, and like I said, they could be coming from separate battles, but you know, with some of those, you could have Cersei attacking with the Golden Company or Cersei sending Euron with the Golden Company. A lot of the people in the comments on the Reddit post were saying that this could mean that Euron has actually rebranded them, and this would mean that he's overthrown Cersei. And if he's overthrown Cersei, obviously he didn't put her in a jail. He might have her as a prisoner, but he could have killed her. I honestly feel like a lot of those people that were commenting on that thread, that would be kind of a cop-out for Cersei. She can't die like that. But anyway, the second thing that may actually be going on is the fact that these are all linked, and I think that may, you know, be towards more of what's actually happening because the pictures were taken what appeared to be so close together, although they could be reusing props from others. But anyway, the second option is that this could be some major insane battle, the final battle, using all of these troops from everybody. You know, we have several different massive armies on the field, and that would make sense because not only do we have Unsullied and what could potentially be Dothraki horses. I didn't really notice any Dothraki in particular. I'm like, okay, that person is a Dothraki, but that could just be because they're burned. But I honestly think that a lot of these horses are Dothraki horses. If this is the case, we have not only the Ironborn, but we also have Dothraki, Unsullied, the Greyjoy troops, which they could be Euron's troops and Theon's troops. So that's why I distinguished them by saying Euron's troops and then, you know, Greyjoys. But anyway, you also have what appears to be the Knights of the Vale, and I'm actually scrolling through these pictures as I'm like recording this video, which is why there are these frantic pauses. But I don't know if I'm excited. So if that's the case, and it also appears that there are some White Walkers. If this is the case, this could be that last major battle for Game of Thrones Season 8. If this is the case, and we have all these troops that are not only mixed all in together, and there's so many dead bodies and what appears to be whites just before they turn, and also bodies burned to a crisp, this could be that final battle. It would make sense as to why all of these forces are on the same field, but let's just go ahead and break down some of these pictures individually instead of speculating so heavily. So in one of these images, I actually have it pulled up right now. It's the first image that was actually pulled up when you click on the link that takes you to other pictures. It's a picture of a trebuchet. Now, I think from the background of this appears to be the studio in Belfast, Northern Ireland. This is honestly where they've been doing the majority of filming this season because there hasn't been that many leaks, but this kind of makes up for all that because this is insane. All right, so we kind of knew that there were going to be battles, but the fact that there's a trebuchet that comes along with these images makes me lean more so into the second theory that I had, that this was the final major battle of Season 8. And like I said, it makes me feel guilty for kind of talking about this, but we have over a year to go, and my brain will definitely forget this by then. So anyway, we have the image of the trebuchet, and then right underneath that was images of the Unsullied, and they appeared to be dressed for winter, we will say, and there's also snow that, you know, kind of confirms this happening, this major battle happening if not in the north, somewhere more north, because we do know that, you know, winter hasn't gotten all the way to Westeros yet. This would be interesting if it is going down at King's Landing, because that would mean that there would be snow falling in the background. And also, it would make sense that a battle this massive happens somewhere down there, because it would be like a converging point for all of these characters at, you know, the highlight or the climax, I guess, of the final season. I'm honestly too excited to speculate, but what do you guys think it is? Do you think it's more so this theory of it being the final battle, or if this sort of like multiple battles that we just have images from, and sometimes they're reusing like dead body props? We do know that both sides of the war, I guess there's three sides of the war. There's Cersei and Euron, then there's Daenerys and Jon, and then there's the Night King and his undead army. But we do know that two of the biggest sides to this war have dragons. So if there's going to be burned bodies, they would be using similar props for both, you know, types of battles to maybe try to save a little bit of money if we're going to have to be recycling things that are just meant to look burned and charred because there was dragons involved in this battle. So if that's the case, it could be, you know, these images could be shots of different battles. We do know that a lot of the pictures that are kind of next to each other sort of line up. We do know that the Unsullied would, of course, be with the Knights of the Vale, who are with Starkmen. So it would make sense that they're all, you know, sort of up north together. And then way further down, and this was probably the more exciting part, was the fact that we see the Greyjoy troops, which are most likely Euron's troops, and mixed in with a little bit of the Golden Company. I can't imagine what the Golden Company's armor is going to look like on the TV show. I feel like if it is burned and mangled and we're seeing the aftermath of a battle, it's going to be hard to spot that armor anyway. I just have a question, and I don't know, maybe you guys can answer this for me, is how in the heck does this happen? Is there just someone walking by and he just had his phone out, and as he's passing by these massive props, he's just like click, 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 just like taking all these. This is insane. I can't believe this. I honestly would not be surprised if this was planted by HBO, and it would appear that, you know, they wanted us to know just to kind of ignite the hype for you know, season 8, since we know it's so far away. If they're like, look, everyone knows there's going to be battles, these images aren't really spoilers, this is kind of showing you. It's a very similar thing happened with the Battle of the Bastards, except for the images weren't this clear. When they were leaked, you can tell that they were taken from a far enough distance so that it's like, okay, this person is obviously hiding and doing what they're doing. But the person who took these images is just out in the open, walking past these props, just snapping. It just, I don't know, it just blows my mind. You know, and then one thing that I will say is that it looks like Euron's troops are prepared for battle. They don't have Euron's third eye on the squid, or sorry, on the Kraken, the sigil of House Greyjoy. And we do know that his ships on the sails, that third eye is present. So if this was his troops, I would think that there would be some sort of emblazoned sigil to, you know, separate them from just regular House Greyjoy troops. Those are Euron's troops. I feel like this could mean that Theon is potentially successful in going and either capturing Yara, or either he gets there, Yara's dead, but he then defeats Euron, and then naturally, you know, the Ironborn sort of follow him into battle and do the right thing. I honestly caught the vibe that Euron was going to go off and hide on an island from what he said, but, you know, once Cersei revealed that she sent him to go and get the Golden Company, I definitely think that he's not going to hide on an island somewhere. I think his plan is to attack or to aid whoever's winning, so that he can like swoop in and be like, all right, marriage, let's have sex, let's have a baby. But he plans on attacking from sea. So if this is the case, it would make sense as to why a lot of his troops were prepared to go north, because he was going to, if he overthrew Cersei, like people were saying in those comments, then it would make sense why he would go and sort of help Daenerys, and then maybe get rid of Jon Snow when he got the chance, and sort of force Daenerys into a marriage pact. Who knows? But I will say that there is one image, and I'm putting it up right now. The clothing on the horses, or the wraps on the horses, look exactly like material and fabrics and dresses and just costumes that we've seen people over in Essos wear. So these could in fact be the first signs of the Golden Company. These could be their actual horses that they brought with them. Alright, I'm just going to wrap it up right there. That's enough of my talking your ears off and speculation. But I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you could please slap a like on this. The like goal is going to be 420. If you want to be entered into my contest to win this $100 Amazon gift card, the winner of which will be chosen on 420, haha, get it? All you have to do to enter that contest is slap a like on this video, make sure you're subscribed, go ahead and turn your notifications on, which is probably the most important thing. Make sure you have those turned on so that way you get alerted whenever I drop a video. And also, check out the gleam.io link pinned in the top comment of this video. Super special shout out to every single member of my Patreon family over on patreon.com/SirHuntsReviews, especially to Terry, Nancy, and Lynn. I want to thank you all so much again for watching. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunt's Reviews. Man, fighter of the night, man, champion of Sir Hunt's Reviews. Has too much free time on his hands. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.